Hello and welcome. You say welcome, Josh?
Hello.
No, welcome.
Okay, welcome. Welcome, Josh.
You're supposed to say welcome, Josh.
Okay, welcome, Josh. There you go.
This is with you. We do this thing every week at 3 o'clock-ish. Underground.
I love it closer. Yeah, I love that you put the word ish.
Well, it's never smack dab at 3 o'clock.
I know.
And it's all Josh's fault every time.
What?
How was your week, buddy?
It was fine, except for Sunday.
What happened Sunday?
I was supposed to go to the Indian team to do full exposure against the fireworks, but Mother Nature had other ideas and the game got rain. So, well, first off, I thought the game was just going to get rain delayed, but no, they postponed it completely.
Okay, yeah, I saw that because there was somebody who was trying to take the kid to the game and they had bought him tickets for their birthday. And I saw that Shane Bieber offered to buy another pair of tickets for him. Huh, that was cool of him, man.
Yeah.
But that was about the game we're at. So any plans for this week?
Not really.
My life is incredibly boring anymore. Like, which is a good thing for me. That's what I need anymore. But yeah, I really don't do anything. Like the weekends for me consist of going home, getting to sleep, playing guitar, and then it's over before you have it.
Yeah.
So my weeks are never fun. But what is fun? Trivia. And
riddle.
I say unless it's a riddle that you can't friggin' get the answer. Said Josh did something 2 weeks in a row now.
Yay!
I'm not doing bad on quiz either, but I think we got one answer last week.
Yeah.
So we'd like to start this show out, but we normally do that little kind of introduction and then get to these quizzes. And past couple weeks, Josh has been hitting me with the riddles. They are very difficult, and he says he has another one, so yeah.
So this one comes from a friend of mine. He actually works at a sports drink company called Numa. So here's the riddle. Erica lives in Washington, D.C. Tina is from Buenos Aires. Where is Mark from?
Gosh. But repeat that one more time.
Erica is from Washington, D.C.
And Erica's from Washington, D.C.
Tina is from Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Okay, Tina.
Where is Mark from?
Mark.
It has nothing to do with the spelling or...
Mark is from Buffalo. Yeah. Mark is from Denver, Colorado.
No.
All right, I have no clue. I'm getting shot now.
Denmark.
What about him?
Or, I'm sorry, he's from Copenhagen.
So he's from Denmark.
Yes! But here's why. Erica is, what's the capital of America? Washington, D.C. Erica, America. What's the capital of Argentina? Buenos Aires. Tina, Argentina. Then you have Copenhagen is the capital of Denmark. Mark is short for Denmark.
Look, I can pretty much guarantee that anybody listening to this right now was nowhere near getting that. Alright, now if anybody is listening and they can prove me wrong and you said, no, I had that right away, drop it in the comments, let me know. But this is the third week in a row where I swear, like, there's no way I ever win.
Alright, so now you have some trivia.
Now I have the chance to do a bit of revenge by dumping Josh back.
Okay.
For this week, I just kind of picked another general knowledge quiz. I always like to do these with Josh because he's an interesting guy. We've got to be buddies over the 4 or 5 months we've been so far.
I think he said the reason you like to do these quizzes is because you like to see what's swimming around in my head.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was getting to. You always have interesting thoughts. And sometimes the best way to bring them out is to ask these questions and see, like, where your knowledge is at. Because I feel like you know, like, a lot of weird, random stuff, but then stuff that most people know just escapes you. So this is going to be fun. Okay, so let me put in a little asterisk. First question I would have had a hard time getting, but
Is this asterisk from Houston?
No, the film star. Which Golden Day film star once entered a competition to find his own lookalike and came in third? Olden Day film star. Think of how embarrassing that is. They're having a competition for lookalikes. You're like, oh, I'm a shoo-in for this. You get third place. You do not look like yourself.
I have no idea.
Alright, so for a clue, it's the dude with the mustache, and I'm not talking Hitler. The other dude around that same time who had a famous mustache. 1930. Famous mustache.
Mussolini? No. Oh, Dick Tommy.
Black and white.
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin! Right on. Second one you have nailed.
I love, but when I was like in middle school, I actually loved watching Charlie Chaplin.
I was wondering if you might know that one. I would have put the odds at like 50-50 because it's kind of esoteric knowledge.
Okay. I will say that when you said not Hitler, I immediately went to like other famous like world leaders.
I noticed that.
World leaders from that time, so I'm like Stalin, Mussolini.
I guess I feel like when I say famous mustache from the 30s, you know, everybody's first thought is going to be Hitler. At least in my mind.
Yay!
So I feel like this has already been asked, but let's see if you remember it. What is the name given to a donkey crossed with a zebra?
Oh!
Yeah, we did this different.
We did?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when boys of
A donkey and a zebra.
yeah, you throw the two together,
A
get them the wrong face, they make a baby.
Donk, bruh?
Well, it is a Z-donk.
Huh.
Z-donk.
Okay, I was close.
There's a doctor I really like on Facebook called Dr. Z. He has a Z-donk.
Huh. A Z-donk.
I don't really know. I've never looked at it. I mean, normally does this video state. In October 1999, which Hollywood actor was charged with reaching the peak after police found him playing bongos naked in his own house? I remember when this happened. The dude is such a legend.
I was only like 2, so.
It was in the 90s, yeah.
Yeah, I was 2 years old.
So it's a pretty famous actor. Have you ever seen the movie Days? Popular movie about a party in the 70s.
Yeah, the movie sounds very familiar.
Because if you do, the guy in that movie goes, alright.
And I know that line. I can't think of the name.
A lot of those goddamn high school girls. I get older and they just stay the same age.
I know this isn't the answer, but you sound so much like Larry the Cable.
No, it is Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, well, Larry the Cable Guy wasn't actually my guess. I was just saying, he sounded a lot like him.
Alright, lightning round. We gotta go to commercial break here in a second. These next two questions you should be able to nail within 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Next question. How many months have 28 days? 1. Well, most have 28 minutes.
Oh, we're still.
What is the weed collect?
Nectar.
All in and nectar. You are, what, 2 for 4 tonight? Not bad. Yeah. I'm still over 3 on you.
Okay, the only reason I screwed up the 28 days is because I immediately thought February is the only month that has 28 days. And then it was, and then it ends.
You know what? You're on with you now, but if you don't take excuses around here.
The logic adds up.
So don't try to give me the excuse that any of you would need to go to the bathroom or do anything else. We're going to a commercial break, but it's going to be a short, not even a commercial break, it's a local music break. Why not support some local Cleveland artists, listen to their song. The song is by Prince Pop, and it's called Say So. Like that name, Pop, Pop, Pop. Prince Pop doing Say So, and put a 3-minute song on the other side. We'll be back with U.S. News. And there's a few things in there. Blues coming back around, and a few others. So if you're a blues fan, you're going to want to hang out for this. And if not, don't worry, there's adult content as well. We will be right back. Yes, right back. welcome back, Mr. Cobb.
Yes.
You ever
Welcome
watch
back.
that show?
No.
Welcome back, Mr. Cobb. Had John Travolta in it. It was a show in
Cool.
the 70s.
I should definitely check it out then. Because John Travolta, like Danny Zuko, is my all-time favorite musical, Grease. I've been in that show twice.
It's a good show. I've seen some reruns. It's from the 70s, like way before my era. I think either the teacher or student. I honestly don't remember. Somebody knows better about that show. Drop it in the comments. But yeah, go check out Welcome Back, Mr. Connor.
Yes. The only thing I've seen Travolta in is Grease.
Are you a fan of Grease?
Well, as I just said, it's my all-time favorite musical, and I've been in that show twice.
So, don't like it?
Very funny.
There's some crazy stuff going on over the weekend that you hit me with.
Yeah.
And when I first saw this, I was like, wow. Apparently, there is an All-Star game going on right now.
Yes.
Apparently, during this All-Star game, there were 4 people arrested on gun charges at a Denver hotel, which is right next to where this game's going on. Game's going on at Coors Field, and this is the Maven Hotel, which is there in Denver, a few blocks away. And a hotel housekeeper actually took up with the police that there is a large stash of guns and ammo in a specific hotel room.
Yes.
Police ended up raiding the rooms that they removed 16 long guns, body armor, and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition, which is really like somebody who's going to war. And said that the sources said they feared that the number of weapons, ammo, and large crowds could have been resulting in a Vegas-style shooting. For those who don't remember, that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
There was I think it was a country concert.
Yeah. I think it was in 2018.
Somebody went up into a hotel room and was shooting from a hotel room.
Right.
And it was a pretty rough shooting. I remember. I was in prison when it happened. I remember watching a lot of the details.
Yeah, so it's All-Star Weekend in Denver right now. The All-Star Game is actually happening tonight.
Yeah, they had the home run derby last.
Yeah, and it's just a little fun thing that Major League Baseball does. It was here in Cleveland back in 2019.
Yeah, big.
But, yeah, I heard about this story, and the sheriff of the Denver police was saying, we don't think this is a terrorist act or anything like that.
Sounds like one crazy person or a couple crazy people.
Yeah, I think there were 3 or 4 people arrested.
You know, I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't seem like stuff like this is going on way more.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with you on that. And I don't say unfortunately because I don't want to agree.
No, because it's an unfortunate situation for sure.
Exactly.
And there's been people who I've said that to, and they'll respond, well, the only reason it seems like that is because with technology the way it is, we find out everything so quick, and we're always having news on our phone.
Right.
It just means that it's not even a 24-hour news cycle anymore, it's like an hour cycle.
Right.
Stories change every hour.
Exactly.
So maybe we feel a little bit more than we used to. But it still just seems like, and this isn't like, I know gun violence is steadily rising, but what I'm talking about is like since 2020, since the lockdown began, it just seems like things are going haywire.
Right. And, I mean, you go back to like some of the more famous and more recent school shootings too. Like we had the one that happened in Florida. I don't remember exactly where, but hopefully our listeners know which one I'm talking about. There was also the one in Chardon, just a few, 30 minutes away from here.
Well, that's the sad thing is there's so many going on all the time, all around us. Like in the past, 10, 15 years ago even, if there had been a school shooting anywhere in Ohio, I definitely would have remembered, and known about it. I don't think I've heard about that particular one, or if I heard, it just kind of flew right in and out of my mind, because there's literally every day in the news anymore.
You know the one I'm talking about from Florida.
I remember the Florida one. I don't specifically remember the Ohio one.
Yeah, happened while I was in high school. We actually had to be called into the theater, and like the principal, like talked to us about the whole thing with the one that happened in charge.
That's gotta be awkward for the principal.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, weird.
You know that dude, whoever that was, regardless of what their intentions were, they're gonna get in a lot of trouble. Like that's somebody who's gonna be doing a lot of prison time.
Yeah.
Somebody who
Some of the stuff that's happening, like at sporting events and all that, just in general, since crowds have come back, it's just ridiculous. Like,
yeah, we talked about this the other day on our sports show where it's even just like that at sporting events where people are just acting like fools.
right, like,
They're spitting on people and throwing stuff.
exactly.
And yelling out obscenities.
Like, come on, people.
Like you don't know how to act outside.
Like, we've been cooped up for a year. We want to come back to not just sporting events, but like, I'm sure there's concerts that you want to go to, or like maybe there's an art museum, or I don't know.
I don't know about an art museum, but I'll definitely check out some concerts.
You know what I'm trying to get at, though.
Yeah, there's actually a local band here in Cleveland called Tropicdelic that I grew up with friends of theirs, and I was really, that's on my bucket list, the Tropicdelic
Yeah.
show this year.
I know, you made a commercial in one of our classes about that.
Yep. So yeah, there's definitely some stuff up this year. But people just, they've lost their mind.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's what happens when you're cooped up for, what, like a year and a half almost? Something like that?
Yeah. Somebody else who seemed like they lost their mind, who happened down in Rootstown, Ohio. Ever heard of that?
No, I have
There's a
not.
lot of these like little bedroom communities I've never heard of. But in Rootstown, Ohio, an Ohio State highway trooper successfully performed a Heimlich maneuver on a man after the man allegedly attempted to swallow a bag of marijuana when he was pulled over for speeding. Ohio State Police Sergeant Ray Santiago said the traffic stop occurred on July 3rd in Portage County, apparently that's where the town is. Trooper said he conducted a traffic stop for the vehicle that was allegedly traveling at 95 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone. That's speed limit there.
Yeah?
Dash camera shows the officer asking the driver to breathe before helping out of the car and performing the Heimlich. The man then expelled the bag of marijuana. After recovering, the officer asked the man, "Do you really want to die over a minor misdemeanor?" So just for the record, in Ohio, small amounts of marijuana are literally a fine. You get $100 fine. That is all he was facing. Then he decided he would try to swallow the bag and almost expired. Husband.
So many questions.
First, I just have a piece of advice real quick. In general, like if you're somebody who uses cannabis, and I've been pretty open on this show that I do, if you get pulled over, just admit it. Just tell the cop, like, yeah, there's a little bit of pot in the car. They're probably going to be like, okay, whatever. Here's your little $50 fine, $100 fine, whatever. And it's going to go a lot better.
Right. Like, why do you have to put yourself in more hot water?
Good question.
No.
Somebody who would have quickly jumped on that advice was Steve from Blue's Clues. He would have told us, do not, first of all, he would have told us, don't smoke that.
Yeah.
And then he would have said, respect your police officers, and I was a fan of Steve. If anybody's wondering why I just jumped so quick, it's because I have like a minute for commercial. I have this last story that Josh sent me I wanted to get to quick. Apparently, Blue's Clues, they are doing an anniversary of 25 years since the original show came out, and they're celebrating with a new movie coming out, Blue's Clues and You. But here's my problem with this. I cannot stand the new Steve.
You mean Josh?
Whatever, the new Steve.
Well,
I grew up with Steve.
okay.
Did you grow up with this new guy?
I grew up with Steve.
Yeah. So I just feel like if you're going to do a movie or something, especially because it's celebrating 25 years from when the original show started,
Yeah.
I feel like you should have gotten Steve.
Yeah, I agree.
But this movie is coming out. In the meantime, some of the original episodes of Blue's Clues can be seen on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. And there's a new show coming out right now called Blue's Clues and You.
Yeah, that's what I saw. That was rebooted as Blue's Clues and You, and it's now in its second season. That's like a whole new show, a third show now?
It's the same. It's essentially Blue's Clues. It just has a new title.
Well, you know what? It's a travesty. Write a letter. Somebody, I don't know who. I'm writing a letter to somebody.
For what purpose?
To yell at them because Steve's on the Blues Clues.
I heard that the reason Steve left Blue's Clues is because he was losing his hair.
That might be true. There's a lot of urban legends out there, but depending on what you said, I was going to be like, nope, but I haven't heard that one. There's a lot of urban legends. People say, like, oh, he overdosed and died, or he's actually a stand-up comedian now.
Yeah.
And I've seen his act. He's really good. The dude is, I can't think of his actual real name. Steve, whatever.
Oh, Steve Burns.
Steve Burns. Look him up. He does a great stand-up act. We're going to hit a commercial break real quick, and when we come back, we're going to get into more local news. We got the Cleveland Metro Parks. Apparently, they're going to start doing vaccines for something that's not human against COVID-19. Also, Cleveland native Jake Paul, the guy that's a clown, is going to be fighting Tyron Woodley at Romo Field. And last but not least, I got some updates on your local county fairs as we're going into summer. I don't know about you, John, but you love a county fair.
Yeah, somewhat.
And, well, you kind of like the fireworks. Correct. They typically have fireworks at county fairs, right?
Yep.
Well, anyway, we'll do touch more on that. But we will be right back on the other side of this song. This time I'm going to play the Hemi Devils, H-E-M-I, Hemi Devils, doing Electric Wine, and then we will be right back.
Right back.
Hello and welcome back, Mr. Connor.
Yes.
I'm just going to keep saying that from now on.
Okay.
No, Josh, I don't care if you don't like it. I'm going to keep saying it.
I never said I didn't.
Either. No, Josh.
Okay. I can tell.
Yeah. And we are back here on Flip You with some local news. But first, there was something you wanted to mention about the Blues.
Yeah, now I don't remember what it was. Oh, actually, I do remember. It must be weird for Josh, or Joe, or Steve to, like, do this show and talk to inanimate objects that aren't actually there. Like,
Well, they're doing it on green screen,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, like, it probably still feels weird to them.
I totally get what you're saying. But there's like a few shows that do that on. I'm trying to think of other examples. Like any show with anything that's mystical or whatever, it's usually
Yeah.
out.
And also, the riddle that I gave you earlier was given to me by a friend who just so happens to be in, actually, I'm not going to say that part. But he works for a sports drink company called Numa. So go drink some Numa. They have some good stuff.
I've never heard.
It's good.
Exactly. Like say the sports drink, like is it comparable to the other big name sports drink?
Well, they're not as big as the other big, as the big guy, but they have a different.
You are not doing a very good job of selling you right now.
I'm trying.
Tell me that it's amazing.
It's actually really good stuff, and they don't just have stuff for during the workout. They have after workout drinks too.
I'm gonna have to go try some new.
Yes.
Maybe by the end of this week, we have a shit.
Oh, I could talk to them about that.
So in Cleveland, our hometown here, yes, the Metro Park Zoo has decided to use experimental COVID-19 vaccine on primates. The Metro Park said Tuesday is going to administer the vaccine to susceptible animals in the coming weeks. According to the zoo, the vaccine is made specifically for animals and donated by Zoetis, an animal health company. The USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, has authorized the use of the experimental vaccine. The zoo said it's going to administer it to the following animals who have risk of contracting the disease: gorillas, orangutans, small primates, tigers, lions, leopards, and other feline types, like cat-like animals.
Well, I knew feline was worth cat, so I would assume delisted cat.
Cat-like animals.
Yeah.
While no animal at the zoo has tested positive for COVID, the vaccine offers an additional layer of protection, you went on to say. So what do you think, man? How do you feel about animals getting this vaccine for some of the humans?
Does it make sense?
I mean, granted, any human who wants a vaccine at this point, at least in our country, probably give one.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of humans who have not gotten one. We got a lot of citizens in this country who may not have ever been to this country.
Yeah, for one reason or another.
For one reason or another, but I feel like they'd be more worried about that. But I guess I see their reasoning, right? They're saying if you vaccinate the animals, have less spread in the zoo, you can open back up, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. But it's just like, how could a chimpanzee get COVID? It's not like you or I are gonna put our hands on touching a chimpanzee hand.
I'm no scientist. I don't know, but I do know it's a zoological disease. Like it came from animals originally.
Yeah, it came from bats.
Humans. So I guess I understand that they can probably cross back and forth.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, it actually makes sense that it somehow crossed back and forth.
Sorry, got the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Have you? No, I have not got it yet. I want to get it. I just really don't want to deal with the side effects.
Gotcha.
And I keep putting it off because of that. I'm gonna have to just suck it up at some point. Try to get a Friday appointment and just suffer through it for the weekend.
Have you gotten either the first vaccine or?
No, I've not gotten either.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What's your experience like getting them?
First vaccine, I was fine relatively. It's the second one where I drank a ton of water because people were telling me that's how you calm down with side effects. And even still, the next day I was sick as a dog.
My girlfriend had both doses. Each time she was sick for days afterwards. I do not want to deal with it.
Understandable.
You know what else I don't want to deal with ever? Jake Paul.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with the Paul brothers either.
And I heard over this. But we have to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
We're in Cleveland. Dude's a Cleveland native, and they're bringing it back.
Yes.
And Cleveland native, but real quick though, what did you say? I'm sorry to interrupt. You said you heard of it.
Yeah, I heard of it. I was just about to say I heard about it.
Yeah, the Cleveland native and YouTube star, Jake Paul, stars used a little loosely, but will put on a show for his hometown, during a matchup against former UFC championship Tyrone Woodley during the main event of a professional boxing event at Romo Field.
I love that you call it Romo Field.
I still smell it.
Yeah, I wish it was still called the Field.
Romo Field. On Sunday, August 29th, Paul will look to impress the hometown crowd in the 8-round cruiserweight main event, which is being tested at a 190-pound catchweight. Paul went on to say that he grew up going to Cavs, Browns, and Indian games on the weekend, dreaming as a little kid of one day being in a position to put on a show for my hometown. And on August 29th, that dream comes true.
You think you would buy tickets and go?
Would I buy tickets? No, if tickets were given to me for free, I'd probably go. You know, and get video on my phone and report from there just for the content. But no, I would not spend my own money.
No, I don't think so either. If it was a UFC event, I would be one of the first people in line buying tickets. But it's not a UFC event, so...
Have you ever watched this Woodley dude that doing facing?
Yep.
Right?
Yes, I have.
How was he in the ring?
Tyrone Woodley. In the octagon, he was pretty good. You know, pretty much his only weapon is the right hand. If he lands that on you, you might go night.
I thought this was interesting. During a news release where he was talking about the match with Paul, Woodley said, "I'm a grown, legal man." Swear word here, but I'm a grown buttock man, and I don't play games.
I like how you said that.
And I don't play games with kids. They brought me to take the trash out, and you're welcome. The definitely some, some tough words coming from people already.
Yeah.
Special event's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view at 8 p.m. and it's going to make a boatload of money to both these people.
If nothing else, it'll be good for Cleveland.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought with this too, right?
Yeah.
Anything that brings attention to Cleveland. They say no attention, or like no publicity, bad publicity. But Jake Paul, I'm not so sure, but...
On a quick side note, that's not the only combat sport coming to Cleveland.
Yeah.
On July 23rd, Friday Night SmackDown is coming to Rocket Mortgage Field House. Yes, WWE. I might go, I might not. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure.
You kind of, I've heard you say to people in class that you've been over the WWE product. You haven't really been enjoying it so much.
Yeah, that's more Monday Night Raw than Friday Night SmackDown. There will be times where I tune in for an episode of Monday Night Raw, and then there will be times where I decide to take a week off from it. It's been a mixed bag.
I stopped watching wrestling in the 90s after the Attitude Era, probably like 99 or so. I didn't understand a lot of the recent history. Over the weekend, I was reading about something like WCW and how that actually ended. And then I didn't understand like AEW was so new.
Oh yeah,
They're going out for a few years now.
AEW.
Well, I think it's pretty cool that it's only been out for a few years and they're already a competitor
Yeah.
to WWE.
And I've talked about this, off mic and in the sports show. Maybe I mentioned it on here, but I don't like it when people. I know that WWE and AEW and whatever other wrestling shows you want to mention.
Energy.
Yes, I know that it's not real. I know that, but I still don't like it when people tell me that because I want to be able to enjoy the story. I want to be able to.
It's a spoil sport type of thing.
Right, and I want to be able to enjoy what these wrestlers are doing. Some of the maneuvers they're doing. I want to be able to decide, do I like this wrestler? Do I not like this wrestler? That type of thing.
I definitely understand that. Like, it'd be just as bad in my mind as somebody giving away the Emmys to a movie after they saw it.
Right.
Going out and saying, like, you went in and saw Titanic and you're walking out like, oh, he dies in the end.
Yeah.
People don't want to do that. They're trying to get entertained.
Right.
Speaking of entertainment, and I know we kind of briefly hit on this before the break, but are you a county fair guy? You were saying no.
A little bit. I went when I was younger a couple times here and there, but just make it.
When I was a teenager, my mom married this guy who owns a warehouse, like a food distribution warehouse.
Yeah.
I ended up working there years later, and like most of the business we did was just fair. Fair season was our busy season. We were working 80 hours a week during fair season, and I ended up getting like pretty acclimated to the fair scene. When I was a kid, it was like a once-a-year thing, but when I was working for this company, I would go on deliveries and stuff. I ended up in a bunch of different fairs throughout the year, and I really ended up enjoying it.
Quick question. What's the overall difference between a fair and a carnival? Or are they really the same thing?
They're really the same.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. I maybe the difference is that a fair is like more than one day and a carnival is one day. I'm not sure though. Somebody knows it's definitely profit.
Because I've heard, like, this is the Texas State Fair, but it's also considered a carnival, so I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, I'm not sure, but I know that there was a bunch canceled last year. I wanted to give a quick update. I saw this in the paper today, and just before we hit a commercial break, fairs that are going on this year. They are going on. Ashland County, September 19th to 25th. Ashtabula, August 10th through the 15th. Carroll County, July 20th through the 25th. Cuyahoga County, Korea, August 10th to the 15th. Erie County, August 10th to the 15th. Geauga, September 2nd to 6th. Holmes County, August 9th to 14th. Huron County, August 16th to 21st. Lake, July 27th to August 1st. Lorraine, August 22nd to 29th. Portage County, August 24th to 29th. Richland, August 8th to 14th. And my very own home, Wayne County, September 11th, 2000, to September 16th.
Yeah, it's going from
Going back.
it's going from 2021 to 2000. It's all the sense of the world. No, I actually like that. You made stuff like if you go to this county fair, you're gonna go into a time warp.
Yeah, it's like the Fountain of Youth.
Yes.
Go to the fair in 3 years. You know?
Would you ever do a Fountain of Youth? If there legitimately was one?
I'd give it a shot. I'm going to take a break real quick, and we will come back and wrap up this final segment of the day. When we come back, we're going to be talking about other kind of magical things as we talk about Fountain of Youth. And then we have our astrology to come back on. And then we wrap it up with our bonus astronomy story. And this week I have something a little scary about a brand new comet that was discovered.
Really?
And this one freaked me out a little bit. So hang out for all that, and we will be
Right back.
right. Welcome back, Mr. Cobb.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget Mr. Connor. That's gotta be like the new thing moving forward, like how Shirk has to wear the sunglasses moving forward for the sports show.
First thing on the sports show is we launched him into a box. That's my favorite thing in the world.
Although, as he said, Shirk doesn't get played either.
Except for when we physically put him in that box and close the door every day.
Yes.
But yeah, this show's, we're about to wrap this up here with our astrology and astronomy, our infamous, if not famous segment. But if you want to get more of us, definitely check us out tomorrow on All Sports Cleveland, where we do our sports shows, so let's catch good forward.
Hopefully the system's actually working.
Yeah, but if not, just go to my YouTube page,
Or my YouTube channel,
Kramer Radio and Production,
Hunger to the Max.
and we have video up.
Yep. Well, he puts up video for this show, and as well as the sports show.
Just check out those. Subscribe to them, folks. There's all kinds.
Yes.
Speaking of good stuff, oh man. Speaking of good stuff, I totally forgot to look up our horoscope during the break. So I'm going to have to spam for a second, but bam. Boom. You ever heard the song Boom by Madonna?
No, I don't think so.
I want you to look that up right now, play it, and dance.
I'll have to do that when I get home.
That's not going to work. It's not going to help me right now.
Yes, but my phone's at a very low battery, and I want to save that battery.
I blame my girlfriend. I don't know why. I can't blame you because you're sitting across from me.
Okay.
All right, Aquarius. We got Aquarius, which is Josh Weekly Horoscope. I finally was able to pull it up for that very professional thing. Yes, love is in this air this week for you, Josh. As interstellar sweethearts, Venus and Mars pair bond in passionate Leo, and your house of committed partnership on Tuesday, July 13th. Essentially today.
Yeah.
Single? Get busy. The water in the dating pool's fine, so jump in feet first. Keep an open mind, but don't lower your standards. Someone with keeper potential might be in the next lane. For couples, this can set the stage for a perfect heart-to-heart moment or inspire a romantic getaway. This is the time to clear the air about relationship rules and roles.
Unfortunately, I don't have a girlfriend right now.
Well, it says if you don't have a girlfriend, you're supposed to find one.
I'm trying.
Where are you trying?
Dating now?
Okay. You don't gotta tell me the truth. I'm just curious. So, plenty of fish, something like that.
I've tried messaging people, and sometimes for some reason, they just don't message me back.
I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
But according to your horoscope, you will have love. We'll have to check in next week, see if you haven't found the bunker by then.
I mean, I'm talking to someone, but,
Maybe she's the one?
maybe.
I got my one. We've been together for coming up on 8 years now. Okay.
Yeah, you're just trying to make me feel bad now.
Always. So, jumping back to my horoscope, Scorpio, weekly horoscope. Tuesday, July 13th, cosmic coquette. I have no clue what that means. Venus and Mars, bond in Leo, sending a passionate jolt through your prestigious, future-oriented 10th house. This is a chance to raise your profile among the influencers in your world, and if you're single, get in front of more partners. Even if you don't instantly score a date or invite, you're still getting noticed, and you never know how you might leverage that down the road. Charismatic Venus and go-getter Mars teamed up like this, you'll be oozing animal magnetism, and people may be drawn to you without knowing why. I'm oozing animal magnetism over your job.
This doesn't even make sense.
And don't waste a precious second analyzing it even. That's literally how it ends, Josh. And you're trying to make me analyze.
Okay, is it just me or has the horoscope the last couple weeks been focused on love? Like finding love?
I've gotten that feeling from like all of our horoscopes.
Yeah, it's
I just happened to turn around and I saw my text message real quick, and my girlfriend texted me that you should try OnlyFans. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what OnlyFans is.
Alright, well there's a website called OnlyFans that's apparently like some kind of dating website. She said you should try OnlyFans. But anywho, that is this week's horoscope. I would say that's honestly like a pretty low score. Like I was for a while doing like each one of us give 1 point, and I would kind of try to see how good the horoscope was. Out of 2, I would say that was like a 0.1 out of 2.
I would say that was more like a negative what?
Yeah, that was a rough horoscope. Not so rough though. Well, I mean it is rough because we might all get clobbered by it, but a little bit more interesting anyways in our bonus astronomy segment. The largest comet ever found making move to the sky near you.
Oh wow.
Astronomers spy rocky and icy wanderers of all shapes and sizes zipping past Earth, but earlier this month, they were flabbergasted when they caught sight of the largest comet they had ever seen. This comet is as small. The icy nucleus is between 62 and 125 miles long, which makes it as small as 5 Manhattan Islands or larger than the island of Hawaii. Hale-Bopp was lit up the skies back in the 90s with a 25-mile-long radius, making this approximately 2 to 3 Hale-Bopp comets all in one.
I'm trying to follow what you're saying.
It's a giant comet.
Okay.
It's a big old comet. With a reasonable degree of certainty, they say it's the biggest comet they've ever seen. The comet is currently inside Neptune's orbit. Over the next decade, it's going to scoot toward our inner solar system. And eventually, by about 2031, they say we'll be able to do a halfway decent telescope and see it in the stars. But stuff like this freaks me out. Like, anytime I think about all the stuff that's in space just flying around, and like, really, there's so many things that could kill us. You know, the sun, if things go wrong with the sun, solar flares, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Solar storms, yeah.
Exactly. Then we got these comets flying around.
And meteors.
And
asteroids.
And a black hole. Like, how are we even in existence?
I don't know. And apparently, there's the Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy are on a collision course.
Yep, that's collide.
So, that could kill us.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
and yet, over the weekend, somebody just did a flight to the edge of space. Now I'm forgetting his name.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't Jeff Bezos.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos? Because I know those are both like real famous rich guys.
No.
Oh, Richard Branson.
Yeah, Richard Branson, that's him.
Amazon.
Yes. And I just saw an advertisement like, hey, do you want to go to space? All you have to do is pay $250,000.
You'd have to pay me $250,000 to get me on there.
Yeah.
Unless the planet's ending.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm afraid they're going to do, too. They're going to make some kind of colony on Mars, and then they're going to let us know one day, like, oh, by the way, there's a comet on the way to hit this planet. It's going to be destroyed in 2 weeks. we have a plane going to, or a ship going to Mars, but it's $300,000.
Yeah,
I guess we're
could be.
But that's about it for that this week. So there's a happy thought.
Yeah, I know.
Believe you with
I feel like we should, before we go out, we should, not literally, but we should end the show on a happy note.
Oh, well, do you have anything happy for the people? I have one thing. There was speaking of solar storms, there was actually a gigantic solar storm that hit our planet over the weekend.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, people were worried about whether or not it was going to knock out the GPS and stuff, but apparently our, outer system, whatever the heck it's atmosphere.
Oh, the magnetic, shield.
Yeah, we were able to bounce it off our shield. So at least we know we have a shield.
Yeah.
There's a happier note for us.
Yes.
Anything else before we head out of here, Josh?
Think about something.
Think about me, stop it. And we will be back next week if we still have a studio and a planet to do this show from.
Yes.
We will be back next week at 3 o'clock ish on Split View. In the meantime, make sure you find our Facebook page, Split View 216 is the keyword.
We are still trying to change the name of it, but Facebook is.
Yeah, because it still has an old note thing there, but you'll see Split View, that's the important thing. Save that, get our videos and all our updates, and we will catch y'all next week. See ya! See ya!